Welcome to this edition of the Ballin' Out Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with the Birdman, Swanee. How you doing, bro?
What's up, stud?
Oh, man. Tonight, we're previewing the Kent State Golden Flash's trip to Neyland Stadium. To quote Ted, show us how, Flash. How to lose. Let's roll. Series history, man, there is none. This is the first ever meeting between the two schools. We will turn this part into a quick history lesson about the Golden Flashes. They're a member of the MAC and coached by Kenny Burns, who's in his second season as the head coach. They play their they play their home games at Dix Stadium, D-I-X, not D-I-C-K-S, Dix Stadium, located in Kent, Ohio. Finished with the worst record in college football last season with a scorching 1-11, 0-8 in Maction. Their lone win on the season, 38-10 over bonus points if you can guess who.
Central Michigan.
Ooh, Central Connecticut.
Nah. Close enough. It's all the same.
Average, right? Central this, Central that. Central sucks. Average margin of defeat was 26.7. 26.7. So they're getting smoked. They were getting smoked every game.
It's like me playing NCAA football on Heisman.
Woo! You ain't lying, son. It's hard.
That's about how it goes.
It's hard.
No, they had the worst record in college football.
The worst record in college football, 1-11.
Nobody went winless.
Nobody went winless. They tried, but they failed.
They gave it their best effort. For sure. Yeah, this team looks bad. I don't know how we're gonna get 20 minutes out of this, but we'll try.
We're going. Well, ironically enough, I'd put in my notes here. We can only polish a turd for so long. Let's be realistic.
It's monumental. I mean, the first matchup between the two teams. So
that's
we're
true.
Making history here.
We are. I mean, it's not every day on the Ballin' Out podcast that we get to talk about history, but let's call this one what it'll be. This one will play out a lot like probably the UTC game. Let's just make this one quick and painless and just finish healthy. I think that's all we can do.
I think UTC might be a little better than Kent State from what I'm reading here.
But, dude. Man, okay, so I think we would be remiss if we didn't ask it. We expect to be 2-0 coming into this game. Would you call it a trap game?
No.
No,
this is not a trap game. We got a trap game coming up 2 games from now, but not today. Not Kent State.
Not this one. I don't think I would, being a gambler, bet this game. I'd say, obviously, depending on the spread, I'd take the points and or the under, because I don't see us going out there and saying, hey, we're going to hang 70 on these guys and, run the starters. But you never do know. I mean, he may want to go out there and polish them up beforehand, lather them up before that trip to Norman.
Maybe. We'll see. This one looks like it's going to be easy. It just does. It looks. I honest to God think this is going to be an easier win than Chattanooga.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean, you want to be like, I would expect Kent State to be better than last year because they can't get much worse. I mean, just what do you do? I mean,
they do have one bright spot. Krishan McCray, he's a really good player, but he's not good enough to make a difference in this game.
Right. They're going to need a lot of really good players to make a difference in this game, and really good for Kent State's like really good for Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a spin on it. Maybe we just scheduled Kent State to recruit that kid through the portal.
Oh, there you go. I like it. I like it. Thinking outside the box. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. You never do know. Because I mean, coming in off of that neutral site game in Charlotte, which I think that game's going to be probably 65-35 Orange, 70-30 maybe, because we travel well. Going to be hard to beat a home environment coming off of being 2-0. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, excitement's not going to be through the roof, but 2-0 is 2-0.
I'm not. I know. I predicted us to win in the NC State game, but I'm not writing that one off yet. I can't. I just don't have it in me to say that that's a for sure win. Either way, coming into this game, we'll probably beat them worse if we're coming off a loss.
That's true. I would say you're right. But we're gonna hope we're not coming off that loss. So,
yeah,
because if we are, that's probably a 8-4 season waiting to happen. No playoffs, and I think playoffs at this point. We've talked about it. I think that's the expectation this year, going to 12 teams.
Yeah.
So, and I don't feel like that's an unfair expectation.
Well, I've seen us as high as 8 in preseason polls. I think we're going to be hovering around 10. So you got to think out of 12 teams, the 10th team should be a playoff team.
Right, you would think. All right, so trip coming up to Norman the next week. Let's just be prepared for this game. Take care of business. I mean, it's just, again, this is a similar one to the UTC preview. Just, be healthy coming out of this one, and let's get ready for the next one. Really, there's not a whole lot to talk about because I don't feel like Kent State's going to put up any more points on us than UTC, if any.
Yeah, this team, I don't know. They don't look good at all. They just look. It looks like, yeah, they might not score. I don't know. It's garbage time. Yeah, this is. I'm kind of spent as far as talking about this. I'm done talking about Kent State
already. Let's have fun with this one though, real quick. When do we set the starters? Third. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say.
Ideal.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'd say they get a half in and they're done. Realistically, that's not an unfair expectation. I don't feel like, and that's kind of where Kent State's at.
Just start the backups.
Oh.
See what happens.
Start the walk-ons, the preferred walk-ons.
Yeah.
What does Nico's stat line look like after this game?
Depends on how long he plays. 250 plus, 3 touchdowns. I don't know, 45 yards on the ground, something like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna dial that passing number back a little bit, maybe about 215. Because if he's throwing for 250, then he's just showing off, and we don't need him to show off till the next week. And go with 3 touchdowns, 45 on the ground. Just have yourself a day, buddy. Over under James Pierce Jr. sacks 2.5.
Over. He can get that in a half.
He could surely. Next question. Does Kent State score?
On the backups. We're not going to shut them out. But it's hard to get a shutout in college football these days.
It really is. It doesn't matter what level you're on. That's one of the hardest things to do.
We shut out Iowa, did we not? In the bowl game? Was that not
that vaunted Iowa offense didn't score a single point, and that vaunted Iowa defense gave up 35.
Yeah. So, I mean, still, it's not that common anymore. Used to,
that's true.
Quite a bit. but it's hard to do now.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm with you.
But I could see him scoring and late on us.
How many touchdowns does the volunteer defense get in this one?
I would say one. I'll put mine at one. One defensive touchdown.
I'm gonna say two. One will be like a James Pierce Jr. scoop and score off a fumble, sack fumble, whatever. And I'm gonna say they float one of the secondary guys a pick six.
I think a pick six is more likely. But
I would say so, but I'm not gonna be surprised with that one, with that other one either.
No, this game should be in hand. Should be. I'm not one to guarantee wins, but yeah, I might not even watch this one at all.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna
be, yeah.
And this one is a late kick too, if I'm thinking right.
I don't have that information in front of me, but I can look it up.
I know the first three games have been announced. I need to get the kickoff times again and look at it. I had them wrote down somewhere, but final score in this one, I think we both agreed more than agreed. We're heading to Norman 3-0. Final score in this one, I'm gonna say 56-3. 8 p.m. for this one.
Yeah, I'll go 59-10.
59-10. I would say I'd say we're both in the ballpark. Just what do you do though? Well, this one was short and sweet, 12 minutes.
There's not much to talk about. No history to talk about. We didn't mention the previous coach at all.
No,
or a former player. Nothing. There's nothing.
I mean, if you want me to, I'll mention him.
Let's not.
That's not.
It'll come back up organically. So,
fun fact: Jeremy Pruitt has never played Kent State. Just kidding. All right. Well, we'll end this one like we always do. Go damn Vols.
Go Vols.